Hello. I had an interesting day, so I just wanted to talk about it. Kind of nice being out here in the living room and just sitting on the couch. I survived the night with someone else winning presidency, but it is what it is. I mean, we can't worry about it. There's not much we can do about it. Oh, I feel like I'm looking down and it's driving me bonkers. See, that doesn't work either. Or that. It has to be like this. There we go. There. There we go. Now I'm not looking down quite as bad. How is everyone tonight? On this blustery day. Blustery here in Washington. I rode my bike to pay an exorbitant amount of money for the two cats, but it's kittens, but it's a relief. It was $640, so it's $320 a kitten, and 34 cents. Hi, Moan the Hoops. Well, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. It's nice of you. Yeah. So that was a pretty penny, but I went and did that. Feeling pretty devastated and shitty today. Yeah, you're a Democrat too. I mean, just because people are in Washington or from, like, I'm assuming they're all Democrats, but you never know. Me too. Like, just the way I'm talking, it's like, I don't even. I don't know. It's hard to trust any candidates these days. Is this the Diddy party? Hi, Bruce. When you getting? Oh my goodness gracious. That guy is a flippin' predator, period, and has been for years, and nobody knew. You know? But I'm glad you guys are here. Please hit the like. 2 men in here first. Hi, Freeside, LOL. You want to see Trump oiled up? Hail to the na. I learned that watching people's southern shows. Oh God, there we go. I'll be in and out. I'm working, so I'm away from my phone a lot. Okay, chickens, for being here. Thank you very much. It's so nice when people pop in, you know. Yeah, and the feeling I'm feeling is numb, and it's not maybe tarred and feathered. Oh Lord, Bruce, would you oil up Kamala with me? Lord, no. Frankly, some people don't need to be oiled. Okay, we'll just keep it at that. But I just feel kind of numb. And my daughter cried about 10-15 minutes ago, and then that made me sad. And then she saw other people on TV crying, and people are shocked. People thought with the way, oh, you're not being mean, you're just being a typical man. I have a pink kind of rose lipstick on today, but I don't. Thick skin, you're awesome. Oh my gosh, Bruce. Where are you from? Who are you? You could be my ex, but my ex would have to be absolutely sloshed drunk to talk to me like that. Bro, you crazy. Thirsty water. Hello, hello, hello. Hit the like. Hit that gosh darn like as you come in. It's nice to know when I go live that I have enough or good enough algorithms or something to for it to just come on up on random feeds or something. I had people in here from Trinidad, Germany, Australia. Hello, not you, Bruce Crazy. Hello, not you, Bruce Crazy. Yeah, Trump 2024. Well, I'm glad someone's happy in chat. I'm not. I'm just not. Now, do I agree? I said this yesterday with every Tom. You guys want to know what's awesome? When I walked outside to go to work this morning, the air smelled more affordable. Very good. Very good. You know, I really don't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry over the border over here. And but when you don't have any crops and you can't make a living and you need to feed your kids, and you want a better way of life. I and many of us were uh, what are the words? Blessed, lucky, privileged to be from the U.S. You know, I mean, I could be one of those over there. Everything will get better for us all now. Well, I just, we'll see. We'll see. That's what I got to say about it. You know how all these presidents, do you stream often, ma'am? Yeah, pretty much every night. And sometimes a little more peppy, and I'll do, a little dance to some YouTube library dance music. Or I'll read something. Yo, there's Danbury Sports. Hello. But I wanted to go live because, the election over. Happy Trump Day, everyone. There's Kevin Miracle. I know there's many of you that are happy. I'm sitting here in Washington State, bummed, semi in shock and numb. I don't like this new what? What did I miss the chat? I don't like this new time. Yeah, it's very weird. And I watched back my live and then part of my second one because I had to reboot my other iPad. And it was 4 in the gosh darn morning when I went to bed. And then I woke up at 9, but I don't think I got to sleep till 4:30. So I had 4.5 hours sleep, and I had to ride my bike to the dentist, and I had to ride my bike first to the veterinarian hospital place to pay the money. So glad they didn't question me. They could have been like, gee, you had services done on your kittens 2 days ago. Where have you been or something? But it just happened. I had a cab ticking away with its timer charging me. There was no one at the desk. I went ahead and grabbed the registration forms. They were right there. Started filling them out. Jay Barry. Hello. Hi, everybody. Lots of testosterone. I'm not even kidding. In the chat. I don't think I've had a single woman yet, which is really odd. Usually I do. But I'm happy you guys are all here. Tell your friends about my channel. It's laid back. If you check out my past videos, you'll see what I'm about. You'll see how YouTubers evolve and kind of change, Some of the cyberbullying we might go through. You like younger men. Dakota H. King Jr. Yeah. Don't make me laugh. I always have. This terrible thing. Actually, it's a good thing. And they like older women. But, my daughter's father, 16 years younger than me. It was kind of shocking. He was 25 and I was 40. I'm 62 now, so I love cats. I got about 8 or so myself. I'm always lurking. There's Pinkie Pie. Hi there. You're in here. So now I can make you a mod too, you know? I mean, if you want to, be one. Not everyone likes to be a mod, but, people that are regulars in here. And then I'll have issues with cloning and problems and people that are mods being cloned. It's just ridiculous, you guys. And then I have to take all the wrenches away and figure it out all over again. And it's just, I'll take it slow. Take what slow? Oh my God. I had a boyfriend for 8 years and I forgot to bring this up 2 days ago. The day before the election, I was in the store up here at Fred Meyer. Hi, Billy Sebastian Ramirez. See, there's another man. Pinkie Pie's a woman. She's the only woman in here out of like 10 men. When I give you this crooked 8, oh my gosh. You guys, Billy Sebastian Ramirez. Hello, hi everybody. I'm pushing my cart, and there's a tap on my shoulder, and that doesn't happen every day. And I turn, and it's him, my ex of 8 years. He broke up with me. It'll be 2 years this February, and we haven't spoken a single lick on the phone. I just let him be. If he's, oh, hi, Barbara Thompson. I'm a lurker too. Hello, Tina. Come save me. Women to be in chat as much as these men. They're asking me some questions, which me, I'll answer anything. I just don't care. It's just the way I am. But so my mouth dropped, literally. I went like that, and it's good to see him. And I said, wow. And he said, good to see you. You look great. That's what he said. Whatever. A little red and white, puffy. They're called pheasant blouse. What is a lurker? Hey, cutie. Hi, Charlotte Pedro. Lurker. I don't really know. Maybe someone that doesn't say too much in chats all the time, or maybe they're mostly in the bushes. I got 24 people watching, and last night I had like 13, then 9, then 6. Bentley, someone who doesn't chat. Oh, okay. But anyway, and then I said, wow, good to see you too. And then I said, I'm kind of surprised you were willing to come up to me. What if, you could have just walked on by? That's what I said. And he said, yeah, I was thinking about that. I didn't know how this would go. Can I pull up? Pull up what? I craft while I watch. Oh, okay. I thought it was some new, what? Anyway, oh my gosh. So he said, I didn't really know what was going to happen. I said, no, it's all fine. It's great. And then we just at the same time reached out and gave each other, and I felt his hand on my waist. I did. He was feeling my hip and my waist area, and to the point where the second time he did it, hugged me again a little bit. I said, you notice I've lost 10 pounds? And he said, yeah. He said, I looked great again. I'm not brag. That's what he said. And I said, you look good too, Darren. And then I said, I heard you were engaged. And he said, oh, no, I'm not married. I'm not even there yet. And I said, well, you know, I just want you to be happy. You know, when you get older, people break up for whatever reason. You know, that's the mature way. Hi, Susie. Hi. Um, and I said, so you can tell her, I don't know her name. It's someone he works with, right? That she had his eye on him. She's younger. She's 37. I certainly am not. And he's 50. What was he? 54? No, he's 6 years younger than me. So, well, what? He's a lot older than 37. So anyway, hello. That's an interesting way to spell Charlotte. Is it Charlotte? Charlotte. Could be French. Could be. Doesn't look like Charlotte. Anyway, I said, yeah, tell her, you know, that I saw you. And he goes, oh no, she's very jelly of you. And I said, what? Yeah, I even mentioned your name. She'll probably divorce me. That's what he said. I said, oh, okay, well. So, you know, 8 years is a long time, you guys. You know, I was with my daughter's dad for 8 years. I was with Joe for 8 years, which is my son's father in my 30s, and then my daughter's father in my 40s for 8 years. And then this guy, that yes, I met him at the A Hall a couple of months after, about 4 months after he was there. I am. I'm single now. It's weird. I've always had a boyfriend in my life. Always. And then I had one boyfriend that ended up going to prison. He decided he was going to get higher than a kite when we weren't together. I was in Washington State back with my ex, and he robbed a bank. And I've said this story before, but he got 39 years. Hi, Mary Jane. Hi. Yeah, 39 years, you guys. He's getting out in about 5 or 6 more. It's crazy, like his whole life, you know? Yeah, it's really crazy. Um, I tried to ask him details. Did someone get hurt? He said no, but there was a pew pew, right, involved, but it never went off. And it's just, it's crazy. And maybe he would have gotten a little bit of parole somewhere if he had behaved in there. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what he did with his time. Well, he got in a lot of fights because when we used to write, I mean, he wanted me to call this lawyer and this hospital and get this paperwork for him. And, you know, good grief, what am I to do? Like, really, you know, so, yeah. So that's what happened. And now he's older, in his 50s. Okay, I mean, think about it. He was 19. He's got, says he has cancer. I don't know. He's been beat up by guards. He's been in the hole, I can't tell you how many times, which most of you know is solitary confinement, right? He felt like the guards had it out for him. Charlotte, you are sus. But I'm tired. I'm just into 8 balls. You know what those are, right? You know, granted, this is in the 80s, and I met him at a bar. You know, he was a bouncer. He lied about his age to get the job. He was 7 years younger than me. I guess I've been a cougar my whole darn life. But, so anyway, turn the light on. The light is on. Oh my goodness. People are really funny. Live feed. What a name. The light is on. I've got, where is it? I got that on, which is good enough. You know what I mean? But So I didn't cancel my dental. No, what? I'm really dark? Well, how can I be that dark if I can like see color and everything on my face? Oh, I know what it is. Where do I have to go in? Let me see something. Oops, not that. It's not bad, just a bit dark. Okay, let's do the pop. There. Well, now I'm even darker with the pop. No, filters? Look, this is no filter right here. This is me. Okay, am I perfect? No. Do I have a few little wrinkles here? Yes, absolutely. That's no filter. This is beam. This is blush. Good grief. I don't think I like that. Is it? This is pop. Look how dark that is. This is crush. Aw, thanks, Billy Sebastian Ramirez. Can you be with me, please? What? This is crush. This is glow. Oh, I kind of like glow. Do you guys? The crime probably took place in the 90s. It did. It did. And the thing is, he tried to get me involved in crime and well, I didn't think it was crime, and I didn't know what a felon was. I was really naive girl in my young 20s from, well, born in South Dakota and raised in Vermont. And in a way, he took advantage of all of that. This is slate. This is noir, which is really dark. Dawn. Ugh, bubbles. The dance one. Dream. Let's see what glamour is. I don't know. That's definitely brighter. This is the movie one with the, it's called 8mm. Documentary. Gen Z is almost 30 years old. That's crazy. There. Sepia. You don't want that. You mean this one? Glamour. Okay. And then, of course, there's these other ones. Sepia, silver, haunt, which I did on Halloween, and sketch. Interesting. Okay, where's glamour? That's glamour. Okay. This is on my iPad. I just found all these things. Okay, good luck with the editing. Bon voyage. Editing. That's good. What did you do for Halloween? I danced. I had a little nurse's costume. It's on Halloween. Check out my video, you guys. But yeah, so the guy convinced me while he was in jail. Well, he showed up at my house in a car. And I know the guy's in jail. And said, get in. I said, no. He said, get in. I did. And yeah. I didn't pay for it, but I showed my passport so he could get a pew pew. And I believed his ridiculous story in a nearby town in Menlo. Yeah. None of it felt right. And then within days, maybe the next day, a prosecutor was calling me, said, I'm going to go down. I'm going to 10 years. He'll get a lot more time for being a felon. They could tell. I didn't even know like what it was, what's a felon. You know, he was in a correctional center in Vermont. Yeah, yeah. Registered under my name. To this day, I don't know where it is. He says it's in Lake Champlain. Who knows if that's true? But yeah. So I had the worst day of my life. I was hungover as all get out because I was so stressed out. I had to testify against my own boyfriend to save my own ass. And I did it. I mean, I had to. I didn't like put him down and make him sound like he's vile or bad, but I had to answer the questions truthfully. Did I do this? Did I? Yeah, it is awful. It was really scary. It was in the 80s. I tried to ignore the prosecutor's calls, then he showed up at my apartment. The FBI, I've said this before, and I'm not just saying this, they were dressed like the Miami Vice. I'm not kidding. Loafers, laid back. They were sitting in a couple of these rocking chairs that I had because my roommate had rocking chairs. And with it, I'm bawling my eyes out. I tried to deny things, didn't do any good. Anyway, yeah. Golly, really scary. Let me see what Dawn does. Oh my goodness, Dawn is really. Look at some of these others. I always liked pop before, but it's a little bit, see, too dark. And blush is just, skin is like white. And there's Beam, and then no filter at all. Metajour, and I guess you're reading my comment, which is great now. Say hi back. Hello. I just saw your comment. Did it come in here for live chat? Oh, there's Sister Callie. Why aren't I seeing all of them? My county is on fire in Southern California. Yes, I turned on the news after getting back from the dentist and paying the bill at the vet on my bike. So, the whole goddamn day took a couple hours to do it. And all I see are flames. And buildings on fire, burning to the ground. Ventura. Do you live in Ventura, California? Oh, CJ Johnson. I'm gonna have to, oh dear, remove that comment. Yeah, but are they KC154? Are they? I thought there was talk about them getting paroled. They are? What? Sister Callie, you live in Ventura County? Your county's on fire. And to me, it looks like the whole thing. Oh my gosh, C. Johnson. Fires are 7 miles away. Okay, and I also saw on the news people were trapped. Now, that earlier, are people still trapped? Are you trapped? What is going on here? Like, what is going on? Good Lord. Oh my gosh, Jay Johnson. Oh gosh. Unreal. Okay, no trapped people. My mom's friend lost her home. This terrible. I mean, you're a friend of mine in here. You're in here all the time. And now, it's from the Santa Ana winds, right? Flamed it all over, but it started in the mountains. Do you know what's my type of man? Normally, I like tall men with dark hair and like blue eyes. But in the last 2.5 years has changed. Yes, Santa what? Yeah, Santa Ana winds. But what started it? Is it a cigarette or something? Oh my God. Thanks, Billy Sebastian. Well, I appreciate that. I'm 6'4" with long dreads and hazel eyes. Well, you sound pretty hot, but you know, you could be saying that. Can't meet people on the internet. It's not safe. We don't know what started it yet. Oh, God. Did it start this morning? I mean, you know, I love sweets, little cute moms. What? Manageron. Yes, I'm Moore Park. Yes, in Moore Park. It started in the morning, so people were sleeping. We could get to know I can move in with you and use your... Well, first of all, I lived with my 2 grown adult children. And secondly, I don't have a car. Yes. So anyway, you guys, I went to the dentist. And remember I bit into those gosh darn lollipops, Tootsie Roll Pops, like a year ago? Oh, you're funny, CJ. Gosh. And I chipped these 2 teeth right here. Now, they were really chipped, so I had to have them bonded. Like bonded. I've never had teeth bonded. I'd have shots in the roof of my mouth and this stuff put in. Okay. Then I didn't even bite into anything. I was just chewing something and I felt tooth. It's like 6 months ago or something. She bonded them again for free. Oh, okay. No, it was before Halloween. It was way back. And then, so I had this like little thing. See? You can see it go up just a little. Look how much she straightened them out. Look at that. They're almost straight across now. 4 different times she took a bzzz, didn't hurt at all, didn't have to have a shot. And, oh, well, yeah. Susie, before you time out, let me see what's there, okay? Because I can time out too. Usually the wrenches, Whidbey Island. I lived in Oak Harbor. Whidbey Island, I've never been to, and I think it's a good 4 hours away. Yeah, and I've never been to Oak Harbor. Hit the like, you guys. So anyway, she fixed my teeth, and it's called smoothing. And you guys can't tell, but because they're not perfect. See, they go just a little in the middle. Nothing like they did before. So that's done. Now I have another cavity, a small one, 10 seconds timed out. Yeah, but usually I'm kind of like Team Rose when it comes to this. I probably should have said something, Susie, and I'm not upset with you or anything like that. Don't take anything, personal. I usually do the timing outs and especially the blocks. But if there's something I'm not aware of, you can make me aware of it. Now, StreamYard is all up in my face in StreamYard. This one will come in at a time and show itself and then slowly disappear. No, I'm just talking about blocking too while we're discussing it. I know you didn't. No, you're fine. And I already had to take a comment off of, I think that guy, CJ. So I understand. What I don't like on this YouTube video stuff compared to StreamYard uh, is I cannot keep the chat up so I can see it. Just so you know, I'm filming. I'm filming live. You can talk. I just want you to know. So yeah, sometimes I cover myself with peanut butter and sleep. Oh my gosh, Shelly says that. Oh wow. Yeah, so I got that done, paid the vet bill, came home, and as I was leaving, you guys, the vet place, well, on my way up there on the sidewalk, and we do have a homeless problem here in this town. I'm 2 hours from Seattle, in a town near the bay. We'll just say that, near the water and stuff. And this, I thought it was a teenager. It ended up being a petite man. It was under this blanket that was sort of a light kind of Mexican quilt. So there was no insulation, no nothing. He had his hoodie tied up and around him real tight over his head. The blanket didn't even cover, it covered half his body. He was on the cold cement. Rains here a lot in Washington State. He's off a little bit into the grass by another building. And I have a lot of coats. And I had this big black men's coat on that I thought my son would want, but he doesn't think the arms fit, and it was light, good for riding the bike. And I just decided right then and there, I'm giving this man my coat, whether it's for a blanket or maybe he needs a coat. All he had was a smallish medium size backpack. So there was no coat in there, I could tell. And this rolled up sleeping bag thing for a pillow. And it just broke my heart. And I gave him my coat. And I kind of woke him up, and he looked startled and looked up, and I said, here, I didn't even say, do you want this coat? I said, here, I'm giving you my coat. And I laid it down on him, pulled it up over his head, and he just kept laying there. Can you say hi to her for me? Well, yeah. Hi, Jacob Herbert. Hi, Jacob. Oh, her name's Lucy. Lucy. Hi, you guys. You both hit the like for me? Oh, no, you probably only one of you is allowed to hit it. Subscribe to me if you're willing to. Usually my lives are a little more upbeat and all, but I'm a little down about the whole, election. Thank you. Thanks so much. I'm trying to get to 3,000. It sounds like a big stretch, but it's not really. I'm 2,715, I think. So, if I can get up even 5 subscribers tonight, then I'm only 80 away from the 2,800 mark, and then I'm only 200 away from 3,000. Yeah, I'll get there. Yeah, but I need subs, even if you don't like me or you find boring or whatever, just sub up anyway. Don't watch my lives. I'm fine with that. I mean, I'd love to see you in here again. That's what makes the world go round. Anyway, and then I thought, I had gloves on, you guys. My hands were cold. Now, granted, as most of you know, oops, here it is. I fractured it on top. It's still a different color from this one, see? It's kind of a peachy, well, you can't tell in this light, but this one, it's more of a darky purple. It's cold, I can only bend it that far. No farther. So I think I cut a tendon, but I cut it here and up. It got slammed in the bedroom door by my son. It was an accident. They were going to do mandatory arrest. It's Memorial Weekend. It was freaking one of the worst days of my life. worst pain I've ever been through, worse than birth, and it just was, period. Because I've given birth twice, no C-sections, and this was worse. But anyway, it was broken clear into the bone, the skin pulled up, bleeding, blood all over the towel, and then fractured on top of it. So it's cold anyway. So I had women's gloves on with the fur, you know, in the wrist part. And I've given gloves away to people in the past. It's been a few years, but they take them, they wear them. It's cold, you know. And sometimes when you have blankets of snow, it's not as cold as this windy rain, you know, this gusty, cold rain that we have a lot in October and especially November. But I said, here, I want you to have these two, and I tucked them down. Yeah, really getting cold. And he took them. He just kept laying there. You know, I don't know if he's up all night. I don't know what's going on, but I had about 20 minutes to figure out how I'm going to get some money to him. And one thing to just give someone a jacket or a blanket, but you know, some people really do not know where they're going to get a bowl of soup from or a coffee or anything. And he wasn't panhandling, he was sleeping. And he was alone. And he had to have been freezing because I was, and I was dressed. So first I went to the nearby gas station where they used to give free popcorn, and I told them what I did, and I said, I want to give this guy some money. Can I get money back on my card if I just purchase some little thing in here? I mean, I would have bought I don't know, I don't drive, so I know some car part that, you know, whatever, for 30 bucks, whatever. But no, can't give cash back. They don't have that. So then I went across the street to a little cafe, same thing. And then that guy said at the pot shop next door, they have an ATM. I was like, oh my gosh. So then I'm going, okay, what do I give? 5 is hardly nothing. I mean, it's better than something. And honestly, it's what I usually give if I have it, or at least $1, or even if it's 25 cents. Something. I don't ignore the homeless. I never have. And I'm fully aware they might just buy drugs with it or go get a bottle of booze, but I just want people to know that I notice and I care. Dispensaries are proof that God loves us. You're funny, Sister Callie. So I'm like, okay, 20 bucks. I mean, shoot, that'll last maybe one meal if he even gets there and uses it that. And then I was like, maybe 40. And I did. I got the rest of my little inheritance, my trust fund consolidated. It took 2.5 months and it happened. I'm not rich, but I have money than I ever have. And it's shocking. I don't even put my ticker up anymore, you know. I mean, we all can use more because I should be saving this for my future, but I found myself, you guys, he was so down and out. I took 100 out. I couldn't even believe it. So then I didn't want him to have a $100 bill and have a hard time, right? Trying to get a cup of coffee or something with it. So for $1, it only cost me $1. I got 60 out, and then I got 40 out. It came out in 20s, and then 2 more 20s, and then I knew I had like 5 minutes to get to the dentist at this point because I had been going all over asking. And I said, excuse me, and he didn't recognize or hear my voice or anything. I gave him a little teeny tap, and that made him startled. And I said, went to the ATM over there at the shop, and I said, I have some money for you. And he was out of it. you know, and I said, it's 100 and I want you to have it. I said, I've never given this amount before. And he took it and he was really surprised and he clutched it in his hand. And I did. I said, maybe I hope you can get some hot soup or something with part of that. And he said, yes, I need housing. And he said it quickly and faintly. And I said, when you need housing? And he said, yeah, I was at the Mission. This place called the Mission. But he either got kicked out, audio low. What? Okay, I have the volume all the way up. Hello. How's that? How's my sound? Am I touching the, oh, you guys, I was touching the gosh darn speaker. Okay. Did you guys miss my whole story? Fuss for, oh no, it's good now. Okay, but could you understand my story? It's been good? Okay, thank you. You guys, I mean, I'm lucky if I have 2 quarters to rub together, you know? And back in the day, right, $1 was, whoa, you know, you could get something with it. You can't get anything with it. So anyway, I did that. He brought up housing. And I said, wow. I said, well, as it gets cold, the churches will be opening up. But I said, I don't know if it's cold enough yet if they're doing that. I said, but, well, hi, Digger Duck Australia. There's an Australian lady here. Oh, thank you. Hi, Berserker. Could hear just soft. Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Hi, Digger Duck. Nice. Say hi to Ghost Devil for me. I showed his beautiful cup he made me 2 years ago when I was on Dolly, and it says Paper Cut Tina. Yeah, on my live the other day, you know, I still have it and love it and think about all the hard work he does for the rebels and does for everybody. He's a great guy. Yeah, I had a man from Germany in here yesterday and a woman from New Zealand and another man from Trinidad and another lady from the UK and another lady from Australia, and now you're from Australia. Really a lot of fun. But you know, so I said, well, if you go to the bottom of Holly Street to this like Baptist church, you know, they might be able to do something for you. I've seen other people out there. And he said, oh, okay. So then I had the feeling like he wasn't really from here, right? He is here watching. He says, hello. That's nice. Hi there. Yeah, I still have that beautiful cup. Or you didn't make me the cup. You made me the picture that went on the cup that, right? That Maria G sent to me. And then she made me a PCT is XSTREAM. But I still like both names, definitely. So yeah, so then I got on my bike, and of course I'm cold. I have a sweater on. You know, it's thick but not thick. You know, it's whatever. This finger gets really, really cold all the time. The one that I cut and has healed up pretty nicely. So you can see that teeny white spot there, I think, is a, not a staple, but a, what are those called? When you get stitches? A stitch, or whatever. And see the line, how it goes right there? That's where it cut. But anyway, I was infected, you guys. I had to go to the ER every single week for a month. I had to be on antibiotics every single week for a month, 2 different kinds, cephalexin and the other one, and it was just such an ordeal. But it's over now. But my finger's numb and it gets cold, and I made a little hat for it, which I lost yesterday. From a toe sock, I made a little hat for my finger. But on my bike, you guys, And I felt extremely blessed and everything, you know. I have good medical, going to the dentist to get, you know, my teeth, you know, evened out on top now. It looks so much better. Oh my gosh, it looks better. OT may help your finger. I don't know what OT stands for. But I just started crying. Not boo-hooing, bawling, sobbing, because for one, I had my glasses on so I don't get hit by a car. I can see what I'm doing. But, you know, then they'll fog up in this, so I had to get my shit together and get to the dentist. But, what gave me a little bit of peace is when I was using the machine, I told them about what I saw, and they said, oh, yeah, we know who that's Alan. So his name's Alan. I guess that's where he lives. He doesn't have a tent. I mean, I have so many blankets. They're shoved. I mean, you know, you're given them, you're sent them, you buy things, you get things for Christmas. I've already given different children's little quilts away and kitty cat pillows now that my kids are grown. My son's 28, my daughter's 20. You know, but I still have blankets and stuff, and I'm just tempted to bring him some blankets or something. But why isn't anyone else? How on earth do you just... This is the thing. I think people are afraid. People assume, I think, that every person that's homeless, oh, they must be a druggie. Oh, they must be high, or they must need drugs, or they must be a drunk, or they must be crazy, right? Have mental issues. No, sometimes it's just down on your luck. And I know there's other reasons. Sometimes people just don't want to work. Sometimes people get kicked out of places, whatever. But, you know, he's on the sidewalk, for crying out loud. Nobody was even looking his way. Now, it was kind of dark and off to the side. It wasn't the big main, you know, drag here in my town where all the stores are. It is sad. It's really sad. I was crying. I told my sister about it. I said, well, I'm leaving now. It's starting to get a little bit dusky. I don't have a light on. I'd taken that off to use when the power goes out here. I need to get it back on my bike. She said, well, get home safe. I will. I'm mostly on the sidewalks. Just gosh darn safer. I wear a helmet. I'm on a big bike. It's a Canon bike. But that was my day today. A few hours sleep. Felt like canceling the dentist. As a Navy wife, I feel bad for homeless veterans, says Sister Kelly. Yeah, not everyone is drug addicted, says Duck Australia. Families living in cars and tents, and the governments that made good people homeless. Yeah. Oh, occupational therapy. That's what the... Oh, for my finger. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I probably really need something. I don't want to go, though, every week, every month, ride my bike in the cold or the rain. I mean, I know there's stuff I can do, you guys. I can put it in really warm water, you know, and do this and try to, I mean, literally, okay, this one. All right, I can bend it. It's a little red hanging on to the side of this, but I can bend it like you're supposed to. That part up on top here, you know. This one, I truly just cannot. I mean, that top part, I can go a little bit. But the middle, I have tremors too. I have essential tremors when I'm no farther than that. It's the weirdest thing. And it always feels cold and hard and kind of frozen like. It's weird. Yeah, and there's a zinging, an electrical sensation where that little white spot is, where I think stitches, where teeny little stitch got left in there. Right. Yeah. It was nasty. It was bad. And I definitely have a scar. You can see, oops, you can see the scar go. Wait, not side, this side. See that? Look at that line. It goes right up to the nail. It was gruesome. I was shaking. My knees were bobbling. I thought I was going to have another gosh darn stroke because I was hyperventilating and so scared, yelling. Then I didn't know if I was going to bleed to death. I did find out the most painful areas on the body, literally, are head and the fingertips. Yeah. Oh gosh, so that was my day. You know, I ended up helping a man and got my teeth done, got the veterinarian paid. I could have called him up and lied and said, I just don't have it. I'm going to do payments and owe on this thing for the next 6 months. And I just wanted to get it done. I'm really glad. Oh, and by the way, in the middle of the election thing with Tulip, one of them that was getting spayed, he was right here. You guys see him? I'll turn it around. He's doing wonderful today. He really is. No more throwing up. I made sure she didn't eat too much too quickly. Hello. That's the frayed orange. Where's your face? I can't barely see him, but she's walking a little quicker. She's doing I was a little worried. I actually asked for prayers in chat last night because she didn't just throw up a little bit of bile or so, you know. She threw up her food over on this cat, not the tall cat tree, but the dark blue one there. And it was her, and it was loud, and it was 3 times. So I had to get a bunch of paper towels and the spray out and take care of all that. So yeah. Yeah. The person that is spending time, do you think that he will want to see you when he gets paroled? Probably. But I stopped writing him. I didn't even tell him I was going to stop writing him. Because none of it was planned. But he was asking me for, I didn't have $40 back then. He sent me an itinerary paper. He wanted a little radio, and I understand that, for only like $15. And he wanted a Snicker bar, and he wanted, I think, some batteries, you know, and this and that, and you know, and then there's the total, and then I you know, and it's just, and I'm a single mom, and my kids, you know, were teenagers and stuff then, and so I felt a little being taken advantage of, a little bit, you know. Once I tried to send stamps, and that's not allowed. I found out the stamps were sent back to me. I sent him some pictures of myself once. My hair was long and I was real tan. Yeah, that was about 12 years ago. So, I don't think he has like a girlfriend and everything now. He's sickly, but I know where he's going. He's going to be staying with a cousin, unless plans have changed, in New Jersey. I mean, that's far away as you can be from Washington State, you know. And when he went away, when the last time I saw him was in 90, let's see, he in 1994 he robbed the bank. In 1991 I had to testify and all this weird stuff. Or no, I was 27 or 28. Yeah, and I was 30 in 92. Because in 95 when I was son I was 33. So anyway, you know, I always vowed I'd be there for him. And I wrote him, and it was like his only sense of connection to the real world, because Dad had cancer, who has since died, had a hole in his throat and was talking through a thing. I never met his dad. I did meet his mother. She's all into the tan and the gold necklaces and the Italian hair and accent and all that. And she came up to Vermont and visited him while he was in corrections. But his brother, older brother, when he was just 12, introduced him to COCAINE, and that was it. So, and then he has a sister who's been pretty close to him for a while there. Now I don't know. His mother passed away from breast cancer. He doesn't speak to his older brother, so all he has is his sister, but apparently this cousin in New Jersey. But 39 years is a long time, and to think that it's like in 5 years or something. He sent me, I don't think it was this year he sent me a Christmas card. He sent me one last year, and last year he sent me a birthday card that he made in jail. And when we used to write a lot for about 10 years worth, I have 2 boxes full of pictures of him in prison before he got kind of sickly. He was a very good looking man, very good looking. He was 6'2", long hair. When I was dating him, he looked like, and I'm not like Axl Rose, who was into that look, you know, in the 80s with the bandana and whatever. He had like model features, you know. He could have been a model, but he was addicted to drugs, and I didn't know he was in such a bad way. I thought it was sort of a recreational thing for him, and I knew it was wrong, and I knew it was illegal. But I felt like I was in love with him. It was weird, you know. And I was 27, and he was 19. But he told me he was 21. And I believed him, because to be a bouncer, that's how old you had to be in Burlington, Vermont. But we only went out a couple of years, and then but I did everything for him, you guys. I mean, I hitchhiked to Virgins, Vermont. I actually had marijuana taped to my chest under black tape, because he convinced me the alarms wouldn't, you know, beep when I went through. And that's how much I trusted him, believed in him. And I got through. I didn't get patted down. Could never get away with that now, but I did. I was petrified. That and a little bit of COCAINE in a bag, about this big, taped to my chest. I remember when I was visiting him, I was scared to death, but I couldn't act it. And the big mirrors were up there looking down. We weren't sitting talking through glass. We could be in a room, and he could touch my leg, I could touch his, whatever. We weren't allowed to really like this so much, and we were allowed to give each other a kiss when we got there and when we left. But it was nice, you know, it was like a real visit. But he snagged that thing off my chest. I don't know. He just so fast. His hand was down my sweater. It was just and up his bottom. I'm not kidding. All in like 1.5 seconds. I'm just not even kidding. And he didn't get caught, and neither did I. So, people think I'm this Miss Priss. I've been through a lot in my life. I've been through a lot. And then another time I went and visited him, these people had planned on pulling into this Levi denim store, right? That they were going to rob. And I didn't know. And I mean, we're talking like grabbing clothes, jeans and stuff, and shoving them down their own pants. I mean, it's just shocking. So I'm out in the car, not even knowing what's going on. Thank God I wasn't in there with them. They got away with that. How on earth? I mean, they look different than when they went in. How do you get away with, like, how do you fit 5 or 7 pairs of, even though they were folded, jeans down your shirt, down your pants, go into this great big, well, it was a store that was on the outskirts. It wasn't real public, but still, you'd think the owner would be watching them like a hawk, and so many. 5 of them. Couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I didn't do that. But I did hitch all the way there to see him 4 and 5 pairs on top of each other. Yeah. I stole a bandana once. I carried it right out of the mall, not here, but in Boston, way back in the, I just wanted it. It was turquoise. I wanted it, and then I wanted to see if I could get away with it. It's just ridiculous. So instead of concealing and looking all whatever, I had it open in my hand and I walked right out. And then once I was out, I was really scared. I was like, oh God, I'm going to get swarmed. I'm going to get, I didn't. I got away with it. Terrible. But, I didn't steal candy or anything from stores when I was younger. And I've never done hard drugs ever. Yes, I've dabbled in marijuana and plenty of it in the 80s. And tried COCAINE I've done that maybe 4, maybe 6 times at the most. Wasn't that much, so it wasn't like anything, I've tried speed. Yeah. Double tap the screen to like. What? Oh dear. Yeah, but I've never tried, any like ecstasy or any hallucinogenics out there. I was too chicken. I had a chance to try LSD once. I was just like, no, too chicken. Tried shrooms once. That was incredible. That was at Disneyland. Laughed my ass off. But yeah, so I quit drinking 13 years ago. And just trying to be a good mom. And you Asian girl. No, I'm not Asian. I'm Caucasian. I'm Norwegian. I'm 80% Norwegian. Have you traveled to other countries? I look Asian? Oh, that's funny. It's probably my bob. My hair's red. See? It's a deep red. Maybe Asian girls have red hair. The only other country I've been to is Okinawa, when my son's father was in the Air Force. Yeah. And he guarded on Kadena Air Force Base. He was military police, and he guarded the Habu, which back then was the fastest jet ever. I don't even think it's out there anymore. Yeah, and we were there on that island for about a year. And there were some trying times, to say the least. We were both drinking. A lot of jealousy of him on my part. If a guy just talked to me, he just couldn't handle it if he was drinking. If he wasn't, he was fine, you know? So we ended up getting divorced. Like, felt like as soon as I stepped off the plane, but it wasn't, you know? And then we remarried 7 years later. And then that time we were married 8 years. First time 2, second time 8. What's with the 8, you guys? Men want to stay with me for 8 years, and then someone younger comes along, or, I mean, geez. I know I'm doing something right if I can keep a man that long. It's not like a year or 2 or 3 or 4. I mean, think about it. It's a while. But, you know, I've been betrayed, and I've betrayed, you know, people in my life. And it's easy to do, you know, when you feel like, not that you're owed something, but if your life is so hard, or you're lonely, or your divorce, your marriage sucks, or your divorce, you know, whatever, you feel justified in your feelings, but you got to watch your actions, you know what I mean? But I'm going to end this live, you guys. I actually need to take some Tylenol. I have a small headache. My neck is sore. I saw Jimmy's live earlier, or not later tonight, but earlier. And he really wiped out going over his the baby gate for his little dog Lolo. Yeah, did you guys see that? Good night, Susie. Thank you so much. He was bleeding here. He was bleeding on his elbows. It was sort of funny. He can laugh at himself. I can laugh at myself. Who? Dolly Vision. Jimmy. Yeah, the fall wasn't shown. He had his avatar on. Lolo was barking. He doesn't like the baby gate. He stepped over it just fine. Yeah, but picking up Lolo and stepping back over it, his toes got caught, and he didn't want to land or drop Lolo, so he face planted. Yeah, he's like yellowish right here even. He might have a big black eye tomorrow. Didn't see that happen on live. Yeah, it was on live. Good 2 hours in, I think, or something. Yeah. You know, and as we all know, he had a heart attack, what, 2.5 months ago? I'm sure he's fine, but he's on blood thinners. He said all these things, so. Who? His name's Dolly Vision. He has a channel out of Virginia. And yeah, those baby gates can be, you know, you can't underestimate the height of those things. I tripped over something similar to that once. Sheesh, yikes, I thought I've had a bad week. Hi, MS0426, you've had a bad week? I'm glad October's over. What a long frickin' month, you guys. It's just like forever. Well, I hope my live was too dark. I mean, you guys could see me, can't you? Yup, with kiddo. Oh, you've had a hard week with your child. There's really good books out there. My neighbor gave me Parenting Teenagers with Positive Discipline. Yeah. If it's a teenager situation, believe it or not, they act like they don't need their family. They need you more than ever. Yes, I can see you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I stepped over a baby gate when I had a puppy. It landed. See, it fades out. It landed. Me in the hospital. I was in ICU for 3 days. What city? Oh, wow. Yeah. Gee. Um, yeah, so I mean, do I want to see him when he gets paroled, KC-154? I would love to see Chuck again someday, but I mean, I don't know, like, what if I'm not in love with him anymore and he is with me? And I mean, because now granted, when people are in prison, right, all they think about and brood about and dream about and whatever, right, is a past girlfriend or a girlfriend or someone special in their life, and then it's all they know. And it's, but you know, I don't want to hurt him again. His letters to me that I haven't even been answering back, I mean, in the beginning it was really hard because I was like, what kind of friend are you, you know? But I had to do it for my own sanity, you guys. I had to. I had a lot going on, you know, a lot going on with my daughter's father, and then my son's dad, be jealous about all that, and just trying to keep finances together and school for the kids. I couldn't take on anymore. And I could have told him, but I just kind of petered out of the situation, and he still writes me. He wrote me in June. He sent me, was it a letter wishing me happy birthday? Because his birthday's June. Mine's June 27, his is June 10th, I believe. Yeah, and you know, and it makes me kind of sad and feel bad when I get him, but he doesn't sound angry. He's not like, how come you don't write me anymore? It's like, it's almost like, and I never got one letter like that in all these past 10 years, but he keeps writing me. Yeah, it's the truth. Yeah. So this is the thing. Do I get him all hyped up and his hopes up, and then, you know what I mean? I'd end up being his nurse. Like a literal nurse. And I'm not a spring chicken anymore. You know what I mean? And I had a stroke myself 3.5 years ago. And I just, maybe he doesn't have anyone. I know. I wonder if he'll even like tell me when it's out. He probably will. I mean, he'll probably say, yeah, I'm really here in New Jersey, and oh, golly. Yeah. And you guys been to so many different prisons. And when he was in the Aryan Nation in, where was he? He saw something go down, I believe, in the Midwest somewhere. And so then his life was threatened. And he had to move again on an airplane. Be shackled and get on a plane. Yeah, and he was completely bald, and he was completely tatted. It scared me. I couldn't believe how different he looked from his long brown hair that he had grown down to his waist and had braided like Indian, whereas it was feathered and brown like Axl Rose, except Axl was red-haired, you know, blonde, with that style. And then to go to bald and just be your neck, everything covered. Oh my gosh. And now, the last pictures I've ever gotten, he's got suits, not suits, but jail garb, whatever, clothes up to here. And I can see tattoo here, some on his face here. Maybe he's gotten rid of a little other places on his cheeks. But he had a hat on too. And then he sent me another picture with it, and his hair was short. Like, you know, not shaven, but short. Boy, you sure age in prison. Oh, I'm sorry, Roving Ronan. He just said, You know what? I think I'm going to go back to watching them take my neighbor's body out of their home. It's less depressing than this. Well, I came on a little bit down and a little bit stumped. And I'm a Democrat, and so I was really hopeful that someone that I felt could unite the nation would be president, and it didn't happen. And in a way, I'm not surprised, right? How is Trump, with all the money he has, and gonna let a woman beat him out to be president? But I thought, right, with all the Roe versus Wade and the all the problems out there, that might happen. And my own family who lives in Iowa, they're even Democrat, and my daughter and my son. So, and then the next thing I know, someone asked me if I've lived in other countries, and then I went on a story about something and who I met, and I've been just kind of blabbing a little bit about my life in my 20s, 30s, and 40s. Yeah. So I had my daughter when I was 41, but I was really healthy, but I was considered high risk because of the age. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go. Thank you for coming over. Please hit the like and, or don't hit the like. Maybe subscribe and put it on all notifications. I never have a real set time. It's usually no later, really, lately, than 8 my time, 11 Eastern. I'm in Washington State. Sometimes I'll go live at 5:36. But yeah, if you look back at my lives, you'll see how I've evolved this past year and the different true crime and things I've talked about and crimes that other people don't talk about. I did not want to do mainstream crime. I talked about, serial killers from all over the world. That was interesting, depressing, but I covered mental health for a while, domestic violence, the control wheel, because I took classes here, and different things. I've read a couple books. But basically, I was able to get a good boost going on my channel being co-host for Jimmy Williams on Dolly Vision. So check out Dolly Vision. Shout out to Dolly Vision. He's up to 61,000, I believe now, subscribers. He's funny as all get out, and he can make talking about true crime fun, frankly, because he's funny. Yeah. So, yeah, I was co-host over there June, July, and August, over a year ago, and it changed my life. And I was never gonna have a channel. I went through some cyberbullying and jealousy and all this weird stuff over there. And then I had my fair share having my channel. And I took off the summer just to get my head straight and to really reflect on, is this what I want to do? Because I'm not monetized. It's not for money. If someone wants to ever give me a PayPal or Cash App, heck, it'll help, with the kittens, because my little trust fund isn't going to last forever. But I don't expect it. And like I said, I don't get super chats. I'm not monetized. I don't put up wish lists. Not going to do that with Christmas coming. It's just nice to meet people on here, and I have some really good friends. A lot of these women are in my messenger, and we talk. So yeah, if she ain't red, leave her on what? If she ain't red, leave her on red. Read. I don't know what that means. If she ain't red, R-E-D, then leave her on read, R-E-A-D, or it can be pronounced red. Mary Jane, it's bad. Wow. Yeah, I think I lived in a cave for too long. I don't understand half of what's said to me. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it could be Jimmy. And the name's Jimmy with laugh emojis. Well, it certainly isn't him. He goes by Dolly Vision. Um, how are you doing? I'm doing good. I mean, I'm a little bummed and disgruntled or whatever about the loss with Kamala because there's so much division. I'm really upset about guns. Okay, just am. We don't need these fucking military weapons. We don't need them anywhere. Okay, maybe hunt a little bit if you're out there and you're a hunter with your dad or whatever, but no, the mass shootings are off the chain and they have been for years. We need regulations. We need some changes in Congress. They're going to still happen, you guys. We need to have some kind of control. No, that's not what I'm saying. Everyone has the right to bear arms and carry and all of that. And people do, right? All over the United States. I'm just saying the accessibility to, AR-15s or whatever. Oh, goodness. Well, yeah, no kind of control works. No, but think about it. Like, you have to be a certain age to get a driver's license. You have to be a certain age to, there's rules and regulations to smoking. There's, and guns. I mean, there's a little bit of regulation out there, but there needs to be more. Those kinds of weapons, I believe, should be banned. I just do. I mean, this is why these people can go into stores and shoot down, dead in seconds, 40 people. Because they can get access way too easily to these guns. It's really upsetting. And until these people in Congress, it's their daughter, their mother, their grandmother picking up a cake at the store, right? That gets shot, killed, nothing's going to happen. Yeah, well, I know. And down south, and other places, you've got a lot of hunters and kids start learning how to shoot guns when they're young. Hi, Wing Zero. How are you? I'm doing good. Kind of just a rambling live. 90 minutes. And I'm on YouTube Studio because I'm trying to save my hours for StreamYard so I can do a panel when I decide to do one. I'm a little tired. Had just a few hours sleep and then rode my bike to the dentist. Got my teeth evened out. You may not be able to tell, but before it looked like I had a literal chip up in the middle. And it feels smoother and better, and it didn't hurt. I didn't even have to have it. I asked her, I said, do I have to have a needle up in the roof of my mouth? And she said, no. I was so glad. And then they did x-rays. But I gotta go back. I have another little cavity by the big one way back here. And then I have another little one down here. Show feet. I'll show you my socks. Where's my foot? Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, I can't eat. I like these fuzzy little socks. Trump 2024 says Jacob's Archive. May 7/7, cat on the table, so cute. Yeah, this is Tulip. She got spayed 2 days ago. Tulips. I have some kitten chow there for her in case she wants to nibble. Oh, it's too dark. Hi, sweetie. She's eating better. She got sick in the middle of the election thing last night on my live. Yeah. One of our cats, our part Maine Coon, when it was just 2 months old, we were told she was a boy. I named him Soots. We had rescued a kitty that was really skinny and running between cars and under cars and was in a bush for 2 days meowing and meowing, and that cat ended up impregnating what we thought was a male kitty that we had gotten, and we had 3 kittens, and now they're a year and a month old, and they're wonderful and a lot of fun. Doolip. And this one's my favorite because she's got little brown eyebrows. Here, over here. That's Sunshine laying up there. There we go. Hi. The lighting isn't very good. And then I think that's rain down there. I just lay some dry out on the floor at night, and I give them meat and more dry on dishes and plates and stuff in the morning. But Jackson Galaxy said that you're supposed to feed your kitties twice a day. They don't need to graze like cows. They want to, right? They want to eat every 20 minutes. That's how they get fat. Anyway, they're indoor, and I think they're pretty happy. I bought some fun feather toys, and perhaps I'll film that tomorrow. I haven't even opened them up. No, they can't do that yet because of their incisions. Their incisions might rip open. So I've got to wait another good 4 days or five more days because they might get too ruckusy. Anyway, you guys, thanks for everyone being here. The only gun I shot, political integrity, thanks for coming back. You were in here yesterday. Was a rifle. What kind? I have no clue. And I was with my daughter's father, and I had a target. It was pretty far away, and on the first shot I hit the darn thing. I couldn't believe it. It jerked back, kind of hit my chin a little bit, freaked me out, and I didn't shoot it again. But that's the only pew I've ever done. My daughter's 20. Yeah. And my son is 28 now. Yeah. Crazy. I remember when he used to skateboard all the time and was fit and hanging out with friends, and then his mental health, due, I believe, to the divorce, his father's incessant drinking. I mean, seriously, which causes anxiety, and you're promised things and their moods change and whatever, right? Made him mentally not well, you know. And it's one thing not being well, but it's being not well enough to where you have to seek help and treatment and talk to people and get on medication for psychosis and stuff. Yeah. When he ran away, was gone all night in an adjoining town, I was just sick because he's on the autism spectrum too. And it was just pouring rain, you guys. It was October. And I was so freaked out that I was never going to see him again because he called from Linden, just half an hour away, a real teeny little town. And I was hopeful. And then the person at the restaurant, these Japanese or Chinese people, said he had to get off the phone. I said, wait right there in the parking lot. And he didn't. But I called the police in that town. And then a lady was picking up her papers, saw him 3 in the morning walking down the middle of the street. I was just sick. In his pajama bottoms, no backpack, no phone, no wallet, no nothing. Yeah, it was awful, Mary Jane. It was really bad. And then I literally had to go to my neighbors and ask her for one of her Ativans because I was hyperventilating. I could not calm down. And I asked her to come over and sit with me. We actually prayed that God's will be done. So I took one of those. I was sobbing. I had stuff coming out of my nose. I was a mess. And because honestly, like, I didn't really think he was going to get hit by a car, but I didn't know if someone might try to take advantage of him, you know, and I'd never see him again. And it was pouring rain, and he really went through it. He was up to water, up to his chest in a ditch. He had pieces of hay sticking out of his pajama bottoms. He had holes, literal holes, from his socks being wet and rubbing. He walked. He didn't even hitch. He walked a total in a day and a half of 34 miles. And when he called me, I didn't even recognize his voice. I said, "Who is this?" And he said, "Parker." And I was like, oh my God, what? You know, I just couldn't even believe it. So an ambulance came and took him to the hospital, and I knew he was having these weird, scary thoughts about people, witches, and all kinds of delusional things, that I wouldn't even be able to just embrace him at the hospital. But I went and I sat on the floor, and I wasn't crying, but we were talking, and then all of a sudden he tried to run out of there, but they wouldn't let him. So I left, and then he left, and he spotted me, and I said, "Please come home," and he said, "I can't," or something. And so 3 more hours went by, and then finally the knock on the door, and it was him. I couldn't believe it. But then, if that isn't bad enough, he ran away the next day, was gone all night, and called my neighbor, and I picked him up. And it hasn't happened since, you guys, and that's been a good 6 years or so. And I think it's because of medication, you know. I honestly think all of that stress and worrying and being a single parent and everything in my life I've dealt with, and moving all the time and hopping on planes and Greyhound buses and hitchhiking and all this crap, caused my stroke, frankly. Yeah. So, but I'm pretty healthy now. I'm on medication and don't plan on having another one, that's for sure. But yeah, so it really, it was horrible. It was him being gone and running away and not even having a phone, and being on the autism spectrum where you trust anybody and everybody type deal. He said he saw cop lights looking for him, and he was scared, so he was trying to hide from them. As I said, check the alleyways. And then I went to town in the dark before my daughter had to catch the bus. Went at 5:30 with a friend, and I'm calling out his name down these dark streets at 5 in the morning. It's just crazy, you guys. And going into, like, it's like stuff you see on TV, and leaving a name and a description and then my phone number if he shows up at this McDonald's or this coffee shop, or if you see him on the street. It was horrible. And a lady that had her lamp light was running, and I gave her the name. I said, "Hey," and I was screaming. I told the cops, "I'm screaming through this whole town. Don't arrest me. I'm gonna be screaming his name." And she said, "Can I put it on Facebook?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." And She called me and said her coworker saw him clear to Blaine, which is the town at the border of Canada, on the side of the highway. Coat tied up, hood up, soaking wet, pajama bottom sneakers. And she said she wished if she had known the situation, she had offered him a ride, but she was on her way. Her husband was driving her to work. She did see him. So I knew he made it through the night alive, right? And that was at 9 a.m. when I got that call. Then at 11 a.m. I got a call from my son. But I'm going to end with this. If you're ever in such a scary predicament situation where you literally have to pray, God, it's your will. Your will be done, not mine. Thy will be done. And I'm telling you, between that and the little Ativan, I had the most incredible peace, because I knew if my son returned and made it safe through his excursion, God knows if he was over the borderline of Canada by now. I'm 20 minutes from there, you know, and there's sex trafficking, boys too, young men. He was 20 then, I think. I knew if I got him back, it was God's will, and if I didn't, it wasn't. And that's the only thing that got me through the night. But I didn't sleep. I called the policeman in Linden every hour and a half. He said I could. It was really something, you guys. So, prayer works. I love you guys. What a long, rambling video. 1 hour and 4 minutes. Please, Trump, do a good job. That's all I gotta say. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Please hit the like. This is PCT is Extreme. And if you're willing to, Big W. I don't have a basement. I'm in an apartment, Big W, so no one's in my basement. Government officials who belong to it, Diane P. Belong to what? Yeah. All right. Thanks for being here. If you're willing, please subscribe to me. Help me get to my, you know, my 2,800. Would really be nice. All right. Bohemian Club. Okay, what did you ask up here? By chance, children, if you'll find government officials who belong to it. Oh. I never heard of the Bohemian Club. Good night. Thank you for being here again, as always, Mary Jane. And everybody else, Susie, everyone, all the new people that can, people watching from the bushes. There's 27. And, you know, our nation will be okay. And frankly, it's only 4 years, you know. And like somebody, Genevieve, I think it was, or _, yesterday reminded me I'm in a blue state. And honestly, you guys, I'm thankful that I live in a blue state. We still wear masks. We still do what we need to do, because that sea is out there. I haven't had it yet, you guys. Not once, or my kids, because we isolated, still wear masks. I wear little pullover surgical blue gloves to the store because I'm touching everything. Yeah. Hi, Eloy. Hi there. I'm just ending my live. Go ahead and watch it back. Please give it a like and a subscribe if you're willing. And thanks for being here. Chips Ahoy or Oreos? Which one do I like most? Probably Oreos. But they're pretty darn sweet because I bought some a few weeks back, so it might be Chips Ahoy. Okay, love you guys. This is PCT is Extreme. Thanks for being here. I'm sure I'll go live tomorrow, okay? All right. Bye for now.